let's now spend a few minutes looking at a graphing technique. And it's not commonly used. It's in Excel. It's called the radar graph, but I've very rarely seen it used. So I'm calling this a new way to visualize retirement portfolio longevity. The old traditional way, this would be a really kind of bad way to do it, but so I chose kind of a sterile way to convey information. Here you have your starting year, you have your ending year, so that's your first 35-year period. The question is, okay, what was the longevity of an all-bond portfolio at a 3% withdrawal rate? Okay, well, that first period, it made it 35 years. That's a fairly low withdrawal rate. And so you can see on the slide, if it's 35, that means if it made it to 35, I stopped counting at that point. It may have, in fact, made it 43 years. But I just truncated at 35 because that was the goal. That basically takes a person from age 65 to age 100, and most people don't make it that far. And that's the whole point, is that we want the portfolio to last longer than the human being. So that's kind of the old way we might present the information. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not very easy to grasp all that information all at once. The new way is with a radar graph. And so let me explain it. This is the all-bond portfolio, a 3% withdrawal rate and a 3% COLA. The outer red ring represents a retirement portfolio longevity of at least 35 years. So obviously we want all the dots, and each dot represents a unique 35-year rolling period. I don't know if you can see my pointer or not, but the dot up on the top of the circle is the first 35-year period, 1926 to 1960. So as these, well, I'll get to that. So the outer red ring is the goal, for the dots to stay on that, indicating the 35-year minimum survival period. So each dot represents one of those rolling 35-year periods. The inner rings, just like a radar screen or an archery target, represent, in this case, reduced longevity. The portfolio didn't last as long in retirement. So the first, as we come from out to in, that first dark ring is a 30-year survival period, then a 20-year survival period, then a 10, and then obviously a 0 is right in the bullseye. Okay, that's how we read the graph. So now let's scroll through it. This is a 3% withdrawal rate, 3% COLA. And it's pretty clear to see that in the latter 35-year periods, in more recent times, the all-bond portfolio survived 35 years. But during the 30s, 40s, and 50s, it wasn't able to. Even at a 3% withdrawal rate, those dots have collapsed in off of that outer red ring. Now we move to a 4% withdrawal rate. And this is really the cool part of the graphing. As you scroll from one graph to the next, you can see the collapse take place. So at a 4% withdrawal rate, we had a significant, go back to 3, now we're going to 4% withdraw, and the all-bond portfolio collapses toward the center. And so now we're looking at 28, 26, 22, just like you would read an archery target, survival periods. And then starting in 1956, or 57, I guess, 1957 through 91, we finally get to a 35-year. It made it at least 35 years. Now a 5% withdrawal rate. Now just a little reminder of what the dots caving in means. Now 5%, now they really cave. Now some of them are inside of 20 years, at a 20-year ring. 6%, 7% withdrawal rate, 8% withdrawal rate. And we can see that obviously an all-bond portfolio has no chance through, well, historically, it just has no chance.